everybody. Give me a second to just readjust this. I think that's as good as we're gonna get. And look at that. I'm even a few minutes early today. Isn't that funny? Some things get better with time. Hello, everybody. Just gonna give everybody a chance to hop on here. Welcome to my living room. I finally am not stuck in my bedroom anymore. Yay! Okay. So I really don't have a lot to say so far. Today, not too much coming up right now. I'm too busy getting everything unpacked and whatnot, but I guess we're just gonna jump right in today. Ready? Here we go. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Are you calling for the free readings?
Yes, I am.
Okay, awesome. I need everybody to just bear with me 1 second. My cat just woke up. I'm going to take off from the camera, but I'll be right back. My cat just... Whoa, not you. You're still with me. My cat just is in heat, and she just woke up, so I got to shove her downstairs. Go.
Oh, you sound like mine. That's what my cat does.
Yeah. It's go downstairs. She was sleeping. I didn't think this was going to be an issue, but as soon as she hears people's voices, she's awake. Sorry about that, guys.
That's okay.
Okay, so what was your first name again?
I'm Kathleen.
Kathleen.
Yep.
Whew. Okay, let me catch my breath for a second. I'm going to put you down here. Okay, so I like to start off with a grounding exercise. Just helps me focus on your energy. So if you can take a deep breath, but picture that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight at me. Then just give me 1 minute to focus. Okay. They're coming through. Hold on a sec. Okay, so the way that I see spirit come through is it's kind of like I see them step through the curtain, if that makes sense. And I see two people for sure. There's a bunch of people behind them, but there's a gentleman and a lady. And the gentleman is wanting me to know that the lady's mobility is fine. Like, I don't usually see somebody stepping forward. I don't know if she's sitting on like a walker and he's pushing her, or if this is actually a wheelchair. But they show me throwing the wheelchair and going, she's all better. Like, she can move now. So I'm not even sure who they are yet. One of the ways I ask Spirit to validate who they are is by telling me how they passed away. They haven't even done that yet. This is just how they're stepping forward. So give me a second to see who's going to talk first. Okay, I'm definitely going to go to her. So I'm pretty sure she's clarifying there was some type of mobility issue before she passed away, that she is free and clear on the other side. She's got all her strength back. She's showing me my symbol for strength. And she just is showing me my symbol for love, like love, love, love. I love you so much, and I'm okay now. I'm so okay now. Do you know who that is?
Okay. There could be two different people.
Okay, so if I go back over the symbols, this person would have had a mobility issue before she passed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah, both of them kind of did.
Okay, so hold on. She's going to clarify more here. So the reason why I think she focused on having her strength back on the other side is because I feel like people had to start to take care of me, and that really irritated me. Like, I don't want to be a burden to anybody. And then she snaps her fingers, which is my symbol that her passing was sudden or unexpected. So all that would really mean to me is that you didn't expect her to pass exactly when she did. That does mean that you didn't know she was sick.
Yes, it was very sudden. I know who it is now.
Okay, who is this to you?
It It is my stepdaughter's mother.
Oh boy. Okay. Give me a second here. Oh my gosh, that's so, okay, that just gave me the chills and the goosebumps because as she's stepping forward again, she's expressing so much love to you. Love and gratitude. Hold on a sec.
Yep, she used to tell us that all the time.
She showed me my symbol for peace, so it's almost like we knew that she was ill, or we knew that this was eventually going to happen, but it happened way quicker than she expected. But she's happy that she was able to pass with a sense of peace, knowing that she says kids, so there's more than one?
Yep.
Because she says she was able to pass with a peace, knowing that they were in good hands and that everything would be okay.
There's 3 of them that I have. She actually has 4, but I have 3 of them. Or she has 5, sorry, and I have 3 of them.
Okay, so hold on a second. The gentleman that kind of brought her through, part of me feels so tickled pink to have been able to bring her through to let you know that she made it to the other side okay. He just feels so proud of himself. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to get him to validate who he is.
Yeah.
Slow this down. So he snaps his fingers. His passing was sudden or unexpected, but he also shows me my symbol for distance with that. So that either means that he passed some time ago, or he's been on the other side for a long time, or that there was some distance between you before he passed. That can either be physical or emotional. Hold on a second, he's still going. He's taking deep breaths, which is my symbol that he can breathe free and clear on the other side, but I don't feel like it was a huge issue in his life. It may be almost like, I don't know if this is like a small smoker's cough or something like that. I'm not sure how to explain it, but he's like taking deep breaths and like, I can even breathe clear now, but it doesn't feel like that's what he passed from. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I know who that is too.
Who is that to you?
That would be I'm a PSW. I think it would be one of my residents.
Sorry, what is a PSW?
A personal support worker.
I
work
see.
in a nursing home.
I see.
Yeah.
He's just as he said, you tell her I'm just as charming on this side as I was when I was there. This is why he's so proud of himself to have been able to bring forward your daughter's mother.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's like showing me getting up. He's like, I can actually dance now. Like there was dances or something that he couldn't quite participate in the way that he wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's showing me my symbol for thank you. And then what is this? Give me a second here. It almost feels like he's thanking you for contacting his family, or thank you for bringing in some more support would be more accurate. He's acknowledging that when you came into his life, that his life got better.
Oh, that actually might be Bill. The elderly man that I took care of at home. Like, I have his home now. Like, I inherited his home.
Oh, interesting. Hold on. This man just has so much gratitude. It's hard to get past that emotion of gratitude. He's a sweetheart, though. Hold on.
Oh, he was big time.
He's talking about being able to communicate better now.
Yes, that would be him.
He's like, best support worker ever. Best support worker ever. More like my daughter.
Yes, and that's what he called my husband and I.
Aww.
And we're no relation, no nothing.
Hmm. Well, he really wants you to know that he's okay on the other side. He's showing me the whispering of the ear that he's heard everything that you've said since he's been on that side. And I feel like there's a gratitude about upholding his wishes, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yep. We did what we could.
I feel like it wasn't easy, but
No.
that you really did the best that you could, exactly, to uphold what he wished.
Yeah, he had no family, and he wanted to be, like, he wanted to die at home.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we made come true for him. So.
Slow this down. He walks around your house, he goes, I like what you've done with the place.
Oh my gosh, you just answered my question. I've been asking that since we moved in here.
Uh-huh.
If he's happy with what we have done to the house.
I feel like there's a bit of peace there and excitement with what you've done to the house, because it feels like these renovations needed to be done for some time. However, he was not quite able or up to it, and then even though I feel like he had the means, just not the patience to put up with it, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And so, and there, he definitely loves this house, I have to tell you. So to see it being taken care of the way that it's being taken care of. But he also takes me outside, and I feel like you planted something. He's like showing me a garden or something. Like he's showing me, first of all, my gratitude symbol, and like, come see.
My vegetable garden.
So that's his way of validating for you that he knows about that, and that he's extremely grateful that the way he's putting it to me is, this is exactly what I wanted, and this gives me peace. Almost like he would have been rolling over in his grave if the government got his house.
Yeah, and that's what would have happened.
And he's just so grateful that somebody stepped up and treated him like family at the end of his life.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. That is the biggest one I wanted to know.
Aww. Well, I hope it was helpful.
It was. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Oops. Hello? Oh. I suck at this technology thing, guys. Okay, so somebody just called, but I missed it, so you gotta call back. There we go. Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Are you calling for the free readings?
Yes.
Okay, what is your first name?
Brianna?
Brianna. Okay, Brianna, if I could get you to do the grounding exercise for me, if you don't mind. So, sitting somewhere where your feet are flat on the floor. And then I want you to take a deep breath, but I want you to picture that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me, and then just give me 1 minute to focus. Okay, they definitely come through with a lot of commotion. Give me a minute to sort through this.
Okay.
I feel like we got a bunch of boys or a bunch of men on that side. Hold on. Either that or they're talking about the men that are here, because I just heard, come on, boys. Hold on a second. Separate one at a time. Okay, so there's a couple of things going on. There is an older gentleman or a gentleman that has been there longer than the rest of them that is trying to bring through somebody who passed before we would think of as their time, I guess. This person that they're trying to bring forward has white lighters all around them. And white lighters are, or what I call white lighters, are basically like angelic beings of pure white light. And typically they surround somebody that either takes responsibility for how they passed, committed suicide, or passed tragically or unexpectedly. because the White Lighter's job is to help people heal, the souls that are crossing over and the families that are left behind.
That's I lost my best friend in the 6th grade. I was in the 6th grade. She was in the 8th grade. We grew up together. She committed suicide.
There we go. And the gentleman that's been there longer, he's bringing her forward first.
Okay.
Okay, so hold on a second. It's so funny. You know what she just did? She just acknowledged, what would so-and-so do? I don't know. What was her name?
Her name was Brittany.
Okay, so she just showed me like WWBD. What would Brittany do? Almost like there's this thought pattern in your head that you still carry with you to this day where you ask yourself before you make big decisions, what would Brittany do right now? She's like showing me my symbol for being honored and acknowledging that she knows that you do that. This down.
Yeah, she actually, I've struggled a lot with it through the years. So I was so young and it was so hard to understand. And she, there's times where I wish that, because I saw her 2 weeks before she did it, and I had no idea that was something that she was going to do. I had no idea what she was going through until afterwards. So I know that she knows that I've been wrestling with it and kind of mad at her.
Do you know what I'm feeling? I don't know if the camera can pick this up. Probably not. I have goosebumps head to toe as you're talking right now. And what I'm picking up from her is almost like a sense of embarrassment over what happened. More so because, how do I explain this? It's more so like everybody knew my secrets after I died. Like, I didn't think about that before I did this. I didn't think everybody would find out what I was going through.
Yeah.
She's basically apologizing for that. She's sorry that she didn't keep you in the loop, that you didn't know what was going on because the two of you were supposed to be so close. But she didn't want you involved in that in any way. She knew that there would be a protective kind of stance from you because you are her best friend. And she didn't want that for you. Okay, so hold on a second. She's going really fast now. Slow this down.
Yeah.
She showed me my symbol for thank you and communication. Almost like she's thankful for everything that you said about her. Almost like you clarified things. Like if somebody was putting her down, you stood up for her, whether she's on the other side or not. She's thanking you for the communication that you did. Do you know, does that make sense to you?
I know that before she died, my parents, she would come over a lot to kind of escape her reality. She was abused sexually and physically by family members, and she would always beg my parents to adopt her. And they would try to get her out of that situation as much as possible by allowing her to come over. And then after she died, a lot of people did say things about her, as we got older and more things came out. And I have stuck up for her in that sense, to know that she wasn't really like that. It was, what was being done to her was making her the way that she was.
So please know that she knows that. I had to swallow for a second because I don't usually get extremely emotional during readings because it's not my stuff. But sometimes spirit will make me get extremely emotional because they feel that. And I have to tell you that, let me see if I can get through this without crying. Hold on a sec. She's showing me my symbol for love and life and gratitude. And I think what she's trying to say is that if it wasn't for you and your family, she would never have known what real love was. And that she had some parts of a good life because of you guys. Hold on a second. She's also referencing the gentleman to the side. Now, I'm not sure if this is a brother or if this would be that couldn't have been your husband. I think it's a brother or somebody to the side, and she's like thanking you both.
My dad, probably.
As soon as you said that, I just heard very clearly, best man I ever knew.
Yeah.
I feel like she felt safe there. Okay, so hold on a sec. She's like grateful that a lot of that is in the past now. I feel like we've dealt with a lot of it. She's talking about it's about time there was justice. Like I feel like somebody definitely saw some justice from what happened with her.
Yeah.
I'm not exactly how she means about that because she kind of shows me my privacy symbol, but only in the sense that it would be a lot to explain here in this setting, but that she knows that they did receive some justice.
Yeah.
She's like, I hope you know that I'm still with you all the time. She's like, when you're rocking out to that old song we used to listen to, I'm right beside you. And I feel like this was just recently.
Yeah, the anniversary of her death was in January.
Mm-hmm.
So we listened to a lot of Britney Spears, and, Backstreet Boys, and, so I always try to, listen to those songs around, those times. It just brings up good memories.
Please know that when you do that, her soul is right beside you. Okay, so are you single right now?
No, I'm married.
Okay, interesting, because she's showing me that she was shopping with you for men. That's kind of how she makes me feel. It's like we're shopping for which one do we want. And then she clearly just said you can have the pick of the litter because you're so beautiful. But I don't know why she makes me feel like we're shopping for men.
Oh, she was like a boy. She was boy crazy. Yeah, she was boy crazy in junior high and right in the beginning of high school before she died. So she definitely was always on the hunt for a boyfriend.
Well, as you're talking about this, she shows me the thumbs up and she's like, good job, good job. Like, it's important to her that she acknowledges that she knows how well you did. And then she reaches down and kisses some children. Is there 2?
I have 4.
Interesting. Hold on. Is there only 2 little ones at home or something? Because she definitely separates 2 and 2.
Yes. I have 2 that are, one that's in school. I have one he just turned 3, but then I have 2 babies.
There we go. She's like teasing you about how many kids you have.
Yeah.
She's like, are you done yet? Because I don't feel like you're done. I feel like she's saying that you're going to have 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, I mean, my husband wants to be done, but...
But you're not done yet. That's funny.
Yeah.
She's like teasing you about this. Almost like when you were kids, you were like, no, I don't want any kids. Like, no, I don't want that. And now you've got this gaggle of kids. And she's like, look at that. So she's pulling her energy back, and the gentleman is kind of stepping forward now. Hold on. It's interesting to me today, there's all these gentlemen bringing forward the ladies, and then they step back and wait their turn. I just find that a little bit interesting, but hold on a sec. So he takes deep breaths, and which is my symbol that he can breathe free and clear on the other side, but he's also showing me my symbol for being pain-free on that side. So that would tell me that he was in some amount of pain towards the end of his life. Hold on, slow down. He's got his strength back, he's got his clarity of mind back. Hold on. He's also showing me my symbol for distance, and I'm not sure how that relates. If you lived somewhat away from him before he passed, or you didn't get to see him a bit, or he's been on the other side for a long time. I'm not sure. I almost think that this feels like a father figure or grandfather figure of some sort.
I have a grandfather that I never met. He died a year before I was born.
Do you know if
from
he had
heart
a...
attack.
Okay, the heart attack. But there's something about the pain. That he's not in any pain anymore. He's being very specific with me, so he's very much trying to identify who he is. Hold on. When I ask him to validate, he goes to the lady above you, which I feel like would be mom, and he kisses her cheek, and he's like, this is my baby girl here. So I don't know if that would be like even her grandfather. I'm not sure. But I feel like she would know who he is. And he takes...
My mom?
Yeah. But he also takes the white blanket and puts it around her shoulders and says everything's going to be fine. So the white blanket is my symbol for somebody who has health or stress issues. So I'm not sure what's going on with your mom right now, but he's wanting her to know that everything is going to be fine. He's definitely doing it in a sense of reassurance.
Okay, there's two possibilities. It could be that grandfather that passed away the year before I was born, because him and my mom were very, very close.
Okay.
Or it could be my grandfather that died 3 years ago.
Okay, well, the way we figure this out is by sticking to the symbols that they have shown. So what he showed was that he's got all the strength back, he's not in any pain anymore, and that he can breathe free and clear on the other side. Would that make sense for the grandfather that passed away 3 years ago?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Sorry, I just dropped my stone. Okay. Slow that down. Why is he concerned about mom? Like, what is she so worried about right now? I feel like she's trying to get something done, or like there's all this energy, like, gotta get it done, gotta get it done, gotta get it done.
Okay. My sister is in the process of a really messy divorce. My mom's been stressed out about it for about 5 years. She was in an abusive relationship. If he was around when all of that happened, my nephew is actually named after him. She was in an abusive relationship, like I said, and ended up getting pregnant, having the baby. And now they're in a divorce, and my mom just wants it done.
Well, so this would be her father? No.
This is her grandfather, my great-grandfather.
That's what I thought. He's like, please just let her know that this is going to go exactly the way that it needs to go. I feel like they have been involved every step of the way. He's like, just tell her that we hear her. Tell her that we're trying to help. Like, she has not been shy about asking Spirit and God and whatnot for help. Her prayers have been heard. Okay, hold on a second. Slow that back. Go back. Your grandfather or great-grandfather just said, I hope she learns her lesson this time. And I think he's talking about your sister. Almost like there is a possibility that she's dating somebody else now that's kind of just like the first guy. Almost like there's a pattern.
Actually, you know what? I think I know what he means. She was on and off again with him. On and off. We would think she was done with him, and then she would get back together with him. But now it has been the longest she's ever been away from him.
Okay. That would make sense, because he's like, are we done this time?
Mhm.
This down. So he's like, I didn't have a lot to say. I just wanted to let my granddaughter know that everything was going to be okay and be able to help bring this girl through for you so that you know that she is safe, at peace on the other side, and more so that she is with you every single day. When you think of her, when you think you smell her, when that song comes on the radio, that is absolutely her soul's way of letting you know she's with you at that exact moment. And then she's like, don't feel bad for me. She's like, I didn't miss out. She's like, I get to live vicariously through you. She's like, look at everything I've got to do so far. Get married, have baby after baby after baby. And she's like so teasing you about that.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, there was a trip that we went on. I don't know if this is like a year or 2, 3, somewhere recently, but not that long ago. And then she's talking about the one that we're preparing for in a few more years.
Yeah.
But I keep seeing like waterfalls.
My husband and I have talked about moving, not necessarily a trip, but moving to close to the ocean.
I see. She's like all game for that, let me tell you. I'm almost embarrassed. She's like showing me like guys in like Speedos with big muscles and stuff, and like nothing wrong with living on the beach, she says.
Oh, gosh.
Pulling her energy back, though. I hope that was helpful for you today.
That was. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Are you calling for the free readings?
Yes.
Okay, what is your first name?
Lisa.
Lisa. Okay, so Lisa, if we could do the grounding exercise for a minute here. If I can get you to sit with both feet flat on the ground for a minute. And then I want you to take a deep breath. But picture that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body, and then blow it straight through the phone at me. And then just give me 1 minute to focus. Okay. Okay, slow that down. So, definitively, okay, so as I see them walk around the curtain, I see two kind of groups. First of all, I see a male and a female that are holding hands, so that's usually my symbol for people that were married here in the physical world or together in the physical world. And then there is a gentleman on the other side who just stands by himself. So one of the ways I ask them to validate who they are is by telling me how they passed away. So give me a second to just like let them tell me this. Okay, so I'm going to start, I think, with the younger person that's on the other side. They showed me my symbol for C, or the C represents either cancer or some other type of debilitating disease. Now, when I say younger, I don't mean that this person was like, 10 or 20. It just means that their soul feels like they passed before we would think of as their time. Does that make sense? Okay, so hold on. He's showing me a sense of being almost afraid to go, or like it lingered, like it took a little bit for him to be able to pass over. I almost feel like I got sick, I was in the hospital, I came out. Then a couple months later, I got sick, I was in the hospital, I came out. Like there's some kind of back and forth that he keeps talking about before he actually passed away. But the interesting thing about that is he's also showing me my symbol for quick or unexpected, the snapping of the fingers, which is confusing for me because I can feel that there's this long drawn out kind of maybe just illness, but then the very end he's talking about that his soul passed over very quickly. Do you know who this is?
I don't know, it could be my brother.
Did he pass from some type of disease or illness?
He had a heart attack.
Okay. That being said, was there multiple hospital trips or doctor's trips before he passed from the heart attack? Like, because if I always try to make them stick to the symbols, right? So he's showing me that there is this back and forth kind of thing. Like, that could very well be like going to the doctor and coming back out and getting diagnosed, or I don't know how to explain that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, he was in the military, and he suffered from PTSD.
I see. Okay. He takes me to the head right after you said that. And then he takes a long, deep breath and he's like, I feel so much peace now. Hold on. Slow this down. Okay, he's still going back to the other symbol of snapping of the finger. Oh, okay, see, that makes sense to me. Remember how I said that he was showing me this long illness or battle and having to go back and forth, but then he was snapping his fingers, making me feel like his passing was sudden or unexpected. So those two were conflicting to me. Now that you explain that he had PTSD, which is very much an illness that has to be treated, and there is a lot of back and forth there with that, and that would explain why at the very end it went very quickly if it was actually a heart attack. But as he's saying that, he's making me feel like there's a gratitude that he's on the other side, in the sense that he's free of those things that ailed him here in the physical world. Because it doesn't feel like it's just a little bit of PTSD. It feels like it was almost debilitating to him.
His whole life.
He really wants you to know that he's free of that on the other side. He's singing happy birthday, so somebody just had a birthday or it's coming up. Because he's belting it out. Hold on. I feel like he's going to like the middle or end of March. Who's got the birthday in March?
My best friend that he had a crush on.
Shut up. So he's coming through from the other side too. Like, as you say that, I see the wink, wink, hubba, hubba. Like, of course I have to wish her a happy birthday. How would you know it's me if I didn't mention her, right?
Yeah, he was in love with her.
So he's getting through today to be able to say happy birthday to her and let everybody know that he is definitely at peace on the other side. He's like, look, I got my sense of humor back.
Yeah.
So your mom is still here in the physical world?
Pardon?
Is your mom still here in the physical world?
No.
Okay, interesting, because he showed me my thank you symbol, and I feel like he went to mom. Almost like, thank you for taking care of mom. Oh, interesting. Hold on. Slow this down. So, as he's saying this, I can't tell if she passed after him or before him, but what I can tell is that you did a lot to help with her, and I don't know if he was still here in the physical world but unable to help the way that he wanted to, or if he was already on the other side and was unable to help the way he wanted to. However, he's definitely expressing the gratitude for the way that you took care of mom. Does that make sense?
Yeah, she died before he died, and he was being transferred to another area so he could help and do the things what we wanted
You know what? He's showing me my gratitude symbol again, but then he's making me feel like he's grateful that you didn't make him feel bad about this. Like you never guilted him about this. There was no, fine, I'll do it if you won't help, or you never had resentment against him for this. You just stepped up and did that. And he's showing me taking a weight off of his shoulders, knowing that he could depend on you, and just he really needs you to know how grateful he is to have had you in his life. Because you really feel like you take some of the responsibility off of his shoulders, or you just made things easier for him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I wouldn't tell him because he had his own things to deal with until I needed to tell him.
Right. Okay, so I think this is his way of bringing mom through. Because remember I said that there was a couple that stood holding hands? So hold on a second.
My mom and dad has passed.
Yeah.
My dad died when I was 3.
So this is her way of of letting you know that they have reunited on the other side? Hold on. So your dad makes my head hurt. I'm not sure what's up with that, but he's also snapping his fingers like quick or unexpected. But there's something about the head. I don't know if he hit his head or like he's showing me the deep breath and the snapping of the fingers, which could sometimes symbolize heart attack, but then there's something about the head.
He was electrocuted.
Okay. See, as soon as you say that, my head feels better. But that's where he felt it, I feel like. Hold on.
Yeah.
He's very... Okay. How do I put this? It's almost like he's talking about a sensitive subject, but trying to make it humorous in order to keep it light, if this makes sense. It's almost like there's electricity jokes going about Dad. Please forgive me if I'm being crude, but it's almost like when the lights flicker or something, then we know that's Dad because there's like almost like a joke about electricity. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
I feel like he's really got a lot of humor. I don't know if
I didn't know him.
That's what I was just going to say. I know this must be hard because you don't really remember personality-wise, but he's showing me that he's got a lot of humor on the other side, and that he's showing me my symbol for age progression, that he was with you throughout your entire life growing up, whether you knew or you didn't know.
He was a handsome dude.
As you say that, he points from himself to you. He's like, you look just like me. So he's like, I make great looking kids. He shows me my symbol for pride and parent. He's very proud of the type of parent that you grew up to be. So this down. So you're married right now?
Common law.
Okay. He's showing me walking you down the aisle.
I don't see that happening.
And again, I have to emphasize the humor that he brings forward with his message. And he's like, come on, like Dad'll still walk you down the aisle. Like, we can do this. Come on. But he extends his hand to your partner, and he wants you to know that it's almost like you see in the old-fashioned movies where Dad gives his approval. He really needs to validate for you that he gives his approval here. Slow it down. And the way he just put it, he's like, it's not always perfect, but those two can communicate about anything. They can figure it out. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They definitely showed me reuniting with your brother on the other side, or greeting his soul when he got there to the other side. And they're like, you have nothing to feel guilty for. This is not your fault. And that he's with them now. You can relax. You can let that go. And you can let that responsibility that you've carried with you go. Because I feel like since your brother has passed, you've been carrying this load like I coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
And they're telling you to let that go because he's just fine on the other side now.
It's been really hard.
And he's like, you did everything that you could and more. And he's just extremely grateful to have had a sister like you in the first place. He's like, don't worry about me. I'm good on this side. He's like, now my job is to be able to show you that I'm here. I feel like he wants to clarify about how you go about doing this. Hold on. He's like antsy. Like, you can't just make him sit still. He's the type of guy that needs to be doing something 24/7. He needs to have a job. He needs to have a purpose. It's almost like I can feel the military coming out in him. Do you know what I mean? Hold on. Was he in the military?
Yeah.
Okay. So was my mother. My mother actually owned her own cadet corps and was a lieutenant, and I grew up in that very rigid atmosphere, which is why I can relate to that feeling of gotta do something, gotta keep moving, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, give me a job, give me something to do. I can help with that.
Yeah, I have a bitter taste for the military.
Funny, even as you say that, I feel like he's defensive. As much as he felt betrayed in that aspect, there's another part of him that is just absolutely dedicated. It's like a double-edged sword. Does that make sense?
Yeah. He fired at 50. And then he died 3 months later.
He's like, yeah, but I got great hair on this side. Gotta tell ya.
He's handsome.
He's pulling his energy back, and as he does, he's like, you don't forget to tell her happy birthday.
I will.
Aw, I hope that was helpful.
It was. Thank you so much. You're amazing. You're after doing 3 for me now, and you always bring them through.
Aw. No problem. I'm so happy to be able to do this. Thank you for calling in.
Wonderful today, too.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Hello? Did you guys hear that? I said hello, they went click. That's okay. This person gets to call in. Hello?
Hello.
Hi. Are you calling for the free readings?
Yes.
That's awesome. What's your first name?
Tamra.
Tamara?
Yes.
Okay. I can hear it in your voice. You're like, oh my God, I got through.
I'm shocked.
Well, it's funny because the person before you, I answered the phone and they hung up on me. So,
Really?
yeah. So you got, Spirit made this happen.
Thank you.
Okay. So, as with always, I'm going to start with a little grounding exercise. So, if you can put both feet flat on the floor for me, and then I would like you to take a deep breath. Picture that deep breath starting at your big toe and slowly pull it all the way up through your body and then blow it straight at me. And then just give me 1 minute to focus. Okay. Give me a second here. Okay, so right away a lady steps forward, but she steps forward holding a baby.
Yes.
That makes sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. Who is this to you?
I think it's my mom.
Holding the child. Now, this is a child that you lost?
Yes.
She's like, as soon as I say this, she's like, I can't step foot forward without bringing this child with me and letting her know that the soul is okay on the other side. Is this a little boy?
Sorry, I wasn't positive. It was too early that I miscarried, so I never knew what it was.
She's showing
But
me a boy.
I had dreams and stuff about a boy.
She's showing me a boy. She's definitely, her biggest message is you need to know that his soul is safe and at peace on this side and with Grandma. But he's not going to be with Grandma for very long because she just took him and placed him back in your arms again. So are you still trying to have more babies now?
No.
Then
I wasn't doing anything crazy like that.
then maybe be very careful. Because I'm not sure if this means that this boy is coming back to you as your child or as your grandchild. But this boy will definitely be coming back into the family.
Okay.
She's like, his soul is meant to be born. It just wasn't the right timing at the time. And she's like, again, tell her it's nothing that she did wrong.
Yeah, I had a lot of guilt because when I found out I was pregnant, I wasn't in a very good relationship. And for some reason, I felt it was a boy. And I kind of did the thing where I said, if I'm not meant to be with this person, I shouldn't have children with him. And then I lost the baby shortly after that.
And that's only because it's because you made that decision. Do you know what I mean? Because that you knew that wasn't the life that you wanted for that baby. And you know what he shows me? My symbol for thank you. Because that wasn't the life that he wanted either. But he's talking about that you had children after that.
Yes, I had a daughter about a year and a half after. With the same person.
Oh my, he's like, exactly, she needs a big brother on this side to watch out for her.
Yes, she does.
He's like, ooh, you should see how pretty my sister is. Is she like teenager or like, yeah? Okay, because he's showing me the makeup and the hair and just how beautiful she is, and I'm seeing her surrounded by friends, like he's showing me social butterfly.
Yes, she is.
He's like, oh yeah, Mama, don't worry. I stick by her very close.
That's good.
And your mom, I have to say, she is so thrilled to be able to bring this child forward for you so that you know that not only is he safe and at peace on the other side, but he is still an integral part of your family, that he's interacting with you, with his sister, with all of his relatives on a daily basis, and that he has not missed out.
That's awesome.
And your mom's like, don't worry about me. I have no more pain. I am good to go. No pain whatsoever. I feel like a brand new person on this side.
That's good. Because she was in a lot of pain.
She's not anymore. She's showing me the wiggle, which is my symbol for somebody who had limited mobility. Although I feel like it was more due to just the pain, like moving around was extremely painful. And now she can move freely and clearly on the other side. She's like showing me taking the dog for a walk, and that this giving her so much pleasure to be able to take the dog for a walk.
That's awesome.
Slow down, slow down. She just wrapped the white blanket around your shoulders, which the white blanket is my symbol for somebody who has health or stress issues. And I feel like she's very much trying to reassure you. Like you're coming into a period where there's a lot of different changes coming up over the next year.
Yes.
And she's trying to reassure you that everything is going to be okay. She's telling you to have some confidence in your decision-making skills. She's like, please tell her to stop second-guessing herself. She's a very smart cookie. But it's like you make a decision and then you second-guess yourself the whole way. And that's just causing all this stress. So instead of you being able to relax and enjoy whatever this change is that comes into your life, I should say more like adjust to this change.
Yes.
You're too busy beating yourself up about what you could have done better, should have done better. People don't often realize that our loved ones on the other side can hear our thoughts. And so your mom is listening to you tear yourself down a lot, and she's telling you to knock that off because that's her daughter, her baby girl, who she loves so much and does not deserve to be talked to that way. She has all the confidence in the world in you, and she's like, just tell her I've peeked ahead a little bit, and as long as she goes into this with confidence, she's going to do better than what she expects. These changes, you're going to come through them so much faster and easier than what you're expecting, as long as you keep the negative self-talk gone.
That makes sense. We're looking at moving across the country.
Oh, wow.
Because of uprooting my daughter, and my stepdaughter it's looking like she won't come with us, probably, and I have a lot of guilt about all of it. So I kind of fight with the guilt, and then I also get very excited about actually being able to live a life where I just get to enjoy it and really do what I want to do. But
Exactly.
the mom
And I think that's
about the whole thing.
Yeah, I think that's your mom's point, is that you can only control what you can control. You can't control somebody else, and you can't change your life to try to make somebody else happy. You have to be able to live with your own decision and enjoy it. I think that's exactly what she's talking about, in the sense where she was saying that you will do so much better if you can not beat yourself up for it. Otherwise, you just can't enjoy it. Why do I feel like it's around water?
Yeah, we're looking to move to Prince Edward Island.
There we go. She's loving that, I have to tell you. Your mom, loving that.
I like that because before she passed away, she told me I was never allowed to leave her. I've been in BC my whole life. And then after she passed, and then but she knew this was our future plan. So I like that thinks it's a good idea.
She also can go with you everywhere you go now.
Exactly.
And don't think she won't. Trust me. Aw, she's pulling her energy back and showing me her symbol, or my symbol for pride. So she's just wanting you to know how proud she is of you, and that things are going to go better than you expected. And as far as your stepdaughter goes, I really feel like, I don't know how to explain it, but there's a tension that disappears there. I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like you guys get closer emotionally, even if there is a further distance, if that makes sense.
It does. It does.
She's just expressing lots and lots of love, and as she's pulling her energy back. I hope that was helpful.
That was huge helpful. I've been just really stressed, and I'm doing my best to enjoy everything that's going on and push the stress down, but it gets so much. So it helps to know that I'm on the right track.
You are absolutely on the right track, and by this time next year, I feel like you have lost 50 pounds of stress off of your shoulders.
That would be nice. That's what I'm hoping the move does.
Yeah.
It's just that I can enjoy life.
That's what your mom's
saying.
saying.
That I get to do that.
That's what your mom's saying. She's peeking through to the future. She's like, oh yeah, you tell her this looks great. Just don't feel guilty, because even that relationship with your stepdaughter is going to get better. It's all going to get better. Just breathe, is what she's saying.
Yes, thank you very much.
Aw, you're very welcome. You have a great day.
Thank you, you too. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, guys, thank you so much for calling in. I'm going to actually turn that ringer off because I have to go get these children here from school very soon. But thank you guys for joining me today. Actually, those are some really good readings. And I'm excited about our new setup. It's a lot better of scenery, I guess, than my headboard of my bed. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I will absolutely be back again next Tuesday. And remember, if you didn't get through today and you would like to book a reading, just send me a private message on Facebook or through my email account, and we can get that set up right away. God bless you guys all. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.